The way that we handle one scary moment can define how our dogs respond to all of them. So here is how we get it right.
Wallace is a driven, intense, and sometimes challenging adolescent Malinois mix, and he is in training with me. I'm Zach George, and this is the Dog Training Revolution. Click thumbs up and subscribe so you never miss an episode. If our dogs were starring in Star Wars, I think they'd take care of that Death Star. And they'd probably beg Darth Vader for treats as well. That's neither here nor there, though. Stop! BarkBox just dropped their Star Wars collection. This is next level, y'all. We're talking monthly boxes packed with very clever toys built to keep dogs mentally engaged and physically satisfied.
And Ursula, you were right about him.
This is the secret to raising dogs. Making sure they have things they need to help them think, problem solve, and just have fun. Plus, double the treats and double the toys.
But you have to use my special links. Links below!
Most dogs aren't just born afraid of things like vacuums, skateboards, or nail clippers, but they can learn to be afraid, especially when something feels unpredictable, inescapable, or overwhelming. Today it might be the vacuum, tomorrow it might be the groomer, or a vet visit, or a skateboard flying by on a sidewalk. Once you know how to introduce something without pressure, you can use this skill anywhere. The worst time that we can teach our dogs something new is when we have to. When the house is a mess and you need to vacuum. Instead, plan ahead and introduce the scary thing when you're calm, your dog's relaxed, and there's no pressure to get it right immediately. But I've got a hunch we will get it right immediately if you follow these steps. The goal here isn't to get your dog closer quickly. Confidence does not come from just getting used to it or pushing through fear. It comes from giving your dog control. Just getting them used to being around it. You want to smell it? There's lots of dog smells in there. Emotional resilience gets built in low-stakes moments like these, where your dog can learn without fear or failure.
If your dog is already scared of the vacuum cleaner, these are some steps you can follow. If you've never introduced a vacuum to them, this is a good way to do it.
For dogs that are truly scared, take it even slower. Start by just bringing the vacuum into a shared space, but keep it completely off and keep it completely still. Let your dog coexist with it so it just kind of becomes normal, part of their environment, nothing to be afraid of.
You can see he's walking over here, yes.
Right now, Wallace is off leash. He's choosing to approach it on his own. That is the moment we're looking for. For training sessions like these, progress isn't about proximity, it's about choice. Instead of measuring how close they got, ask yourself if you succeeded in letting it be their idea. Then you can start moving it ever so slightly and pairing it with food or something else your dog likes. If your dog is moving slowly or feeling unsure, you might think, maybe if I just bring the vacuum a little bit closer, they'll see it as not scary and they'll get used to it. But that instinct to close the gap for them can backfire fast. Flooding means exposing a dog to something they're afraid of without the option to escape or process it. Desensitizing our dog, well, that's the opposite. That's where we introduce something scary, but we do so gradually at low intensity. So the idea here is to just give them a sample. Yes. So your dog stays below their fear threshold and they stay engaged. Flooding shuts the brain down. Desensitizing keeps it open. Doing great. Yes. See if he goes for it there. Takes a step towards it.
Yes. My assessment of Wallace so far is that he's a little wary, but he doesn't look scared. He's got a relaxed tail, a curious look on his face, his ears are pointed up.
If you notice hesitation and you respond by slowing down or you take a step back, that's a great way to tell your dog that you're paying attention. Remember, the apprehension you're seeing is a signal, not a setback.
Yes. I want to continue that momentum here, but I also don't want to risk flooding him or overwhelming him with this crazy contraption over here. You can only imagine, yes, how that might be perceived by a dog. Yes, probably a healthy, guarded attitude there. It's really worth going the extra mile and doing these little tiny things to make our dogs feel more well-adjusted. Believe me, they're going to experience much adversity in the real world, but those adversities they're experiencing shouldn't be intentionally introduced by us to them. I'm gonna vacuum away from him. Yes. I'm not focused on vacuuming thoroughly at the moment.
That was a little bit longer. He did really well.
The real win here isn't that Wallace stayed calm near the vacuum.
He seems pretty content to me.
He learned something much bigger. When the world gets loud or strange, he's not on his own. The most powerful thing you can teach your dog, it's not sit or stay or come when called. It's that the world doesn't have to be scary because they have you.
Click thumbs up, subscribe, follow us on social, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
And get double the toys and treats from BarkBox and Super Chewer.
Check out my books. And if you want to clean up the rest of your dog training,
We have over 1,000 videos on my channel, just like this one, that will show you everything you need to know about training your dog just about anything.
stay tuned for more videos.